There are two different diminished scales. The first one we're going to look at is called the whole half diminished scale. The second one is called the half whole diminished scale. I'm going to show you why they're called this. So if we think about what a diminished chord is, right? A diminished chord is, let's start on D. So we have D, you have F, then we're going to have an A flat, and then we're not going to have a C that would be half diminished. We're going to have a C flat, which sounds like a B natural. All right, so this here is a fully diminished 7. So if we give this a chord symbol, it would be this. Now what we do is we actually fill in the gaps here with whole steps. That's where the whole half comes from. So what do? We say D, E, F, F, G, A flat, B flat, C flat, and then C flat goes back to D. So we can see we have whole, half, whole, half, whole, half, whole. That's why it's called the whole half diminished scale. There you go.
So jumping in real quick, between C flat and D, if you're eagle-eyed and you just counted it, you're going, hang on a second. C flat to D, that's equivalent of B to D. That is in fact a minor third, and you'd be right. So the next note that we would need would be a D flat to then create a half step between the D flat to the D. So it would be a whole step from C flat to D flat, then a half step from the D flat to the D.
Diminished scale. Go create a composition with that, share it in the community, have fun with it, write a cool melody, play around with it. It's a new tool, it's a new friend. In the last lesson, we talked about the whole half diminished scale. Now we're going to talk about the half whole diminished scale. Why does this work? Well, it actually works with the same signposts. So we're still going to have a D, we're still going to have an F, we're still going to have an A flat, we're still going to have a C flat. But instead of going whole half, we're going to go, you may have guessed this already, and you may be ahead of me, we're going to be going half whole. So we're going to go D, E flat to F, F, G flat to A flat, B double flat, then to C flat. C, which would be the half, and then we have the whole. All right, so this is the half whole diminished scale, which again works for a D diminished 7. Well, works for, it fully fits over the D diminished 7 chord, but you can use this for a whole bunch of really cool stuff, and it sounds awesome. So go ahead and now create a sketch, create a composition using the half whole diminished scale. Create chords out of it. How are you going to pick and choose notes out of this to make chords? I don't know. You're going to figure it out. It's going to sound cool, whatever happens, and share it in the community for review. With that, I'll see you in the next lesson.